Thank you for listening to this podcast. The clock is ticking. Each decision that is made today will put more money into your pocket or leave you worried about your financial future. The time to prepare is now. The time to eliminate risk was yesterday. Let's partner to help those around us to make decisions that empower their financial future. If you would like to book David for a speaking event, please contact CFC at cfci.us. You can purchase his book, 2025 The Final Drive, by going to www.cfci.us and clicking on 2025 The Final Drive.
It's like when we were kids watching The Wile E. Coyote. He was trying to do something to nab the Roadrunner. Yes, he was building a bomb made by, you guessed it, Acme, of course, inside the shed. What he didn't realize was the Roadrunner saw him doing it. And he pushed the shed onto the train tracks. Well, at the very last minute, the Wile E. Coyote sees the train coming. It was about to hit him. So what would you do? If you were on those tracks and the train was about to smoke you, you'd jump off, right? Well, when the coyote sees this, he just simply pulls down the window shade and thinks by ignoring it, it would make the problem go away. But did the problem go away? Of course not. The train hits the shed, the big explosion goes off, and the Wild Coyote doesn't die, of course, but he does limp off all banged, bruised, and burnt. We are really no different than the Wile E. Coyote. As Americans, we have been accustomed to investing in tax-deferred accounts like IRAs and 401ks like my mom, my dad, the very first of the baby boomers. Now, we all find ourselves standing on the tracks of that very real train bearing down on us, and it's coming in the form of higher taxes. Given this fiscal reality, you have one of two options, or you have two options total. Do nothing, which is not an option in my opinion, but doing nothing is a decision. Pretend like the problem doesn't exist, pull down your window shade, or do what we're going to do on this program, this podcast, talk to you about implementing proven strategies that can help move all of us from those train tracks. The question I always ask people is, let's make some sense of this. I studied accounting, and they told us, listen, defer. Don't pay that tax until you absolutely have to. Well, and I'm kind of stepping back and saying, when do you want to pay the tax? At the latest possible time? Or pay it at the lowest possible rate? I'm not a genius, but I'm thinking to myself, at the lowest possible rate. Your IRA, your retirement accounts have a lien against it from the IRS, a debt against it. It's called taxes. You can pay it off now at a known rate or roll the dice and pay it off later at an unknown and likely, not just likely, we went from a mathematical possibility to an absolute probability that taxes will be higher. You can roll the dice. I always say, hey, listen, you have a partner.